How's it going, guys? My name is Jakefog and welcome back to episode number 33 of my Football Manager 2020 journey, here today with Leeds United. And today we've got, I'd say, a pretty exciting episode in store. We have got two finals. First off, we've got the FA Cup final. If you have been watching this entire series, you may or may not know that I did actually win the FA Cup last season in my first season in the Premier League, which is how we actually got into the Europa League, which brings us on to our second final of the episode, which is the Europa League final against Arsenal. I'm much more bothered about the Europa League final than I am the FA Cup final, just because I've won the FA Cup final before. You can see here, actually, we're playing Chelsea, and so far we've played Chelsea 4 times in this save, and we get to beat them, so hopefully we can beat Chelsea for the first time today in this save. Unfortunately, even Ampadu is ineligible because, well, we've got him on loan from Chelsea. And then hopefully after that we can go on and beat Arsenal in the Europa League Cup final. I kind of wish it was against Europe, not English opposition. It would have been nice, but Arsenal is not going to be easy. Finished 5th in the Premier League, but we actually finished 3rd. So really, you look at that and you think we should be winning it. A little bit more news. Montaigne won the Golden Boot, but I'll talk through the kind of all the end of season stuff at the end of the second game in today's episode. But before we get into the final, let's just have a little chat about how we got our way to the final. And to be fair, we've had a fairly easy run. So we had Leyton Orient in the third round, beat them 1-0. I think they're League 2, are they, Leyton Orient? Yeah, 7th in League 2 is where they finished. Comfortable 1-0 win. Heavily rotated side. I would have liked a bigger win than 1-0, but they all count. Then Championship Watford in the 4th round. We drew 2-2 in the first leg. Rotated side again, didn't do the business, so I went full strength for the second leg. We won at 3-1. Then after that, we actually had some Premier League opposition in Fulham, beat them 1-0, and then Wolves away 4-1 in the quarter-final. Then we beat Spurs 2-1 in the semi-final at Wembley, leading us into the final, again at Wembley against Chelsea. But anyway, all that's out of the way, let's just get into how we're going to line up for today's game. And because Ampadu can't play, I'm going to be taking him out. And let's get Posh on the bench. He's been a little bit unhappy recently as Posh. I've not given him enough games recently, but it is what it is. Also going to start McCalmont. I'm going to go as full strength as I possibly can do. So this lineup here is, pretty happy with that. So it's Pavlenka in goal, Kenny and Sistana at the back with Phillips just in front of him, Davies left wing back, Emerson right wing back, McCalmont and Bogus in the middle, Saka on the left, Galeno on the right, and Montaigne up top as the lone striker. And let's just get into the game. Like I said, not particularly bothered about it. I'll probably skip through this game a little bit. Maybe not talk through the entire thing like I normally do. Good luck. I didn't want to say we're going to need luck. Oh, bloody hell, that is far from ideal. Anyway, let's go. And before we get into this game, I just want to say, if you do enjoy the video, please do be sure to drop a like. It really does help me out. And subscribe to the channel if you're new around here or you are not yet subscribed. The support on this series so far has been absolutely phenomenal. I tweeted out the other day, by the way, follow me on Twitter at Jakefog, link in the description down below. The first episode of this series has actually just passed 1,000 views, which is phenomenal. As a free kick comes in from Phillips and Montaigne scores his 35th goal of the season to put us 1-0 up 25 minutes in. You absolutely love to see it. But yeah, the first episode of this series did recently pass 1,000 views. I've had a massive influx of views on that episode, I can't lie, because of obviously Leeds winning, getting promotion and then winning the league. It was getting about 30 views every 2 days, and then it's now at about 100 views every 2 days, so that's definitely helped. But you know what, we'll take it. But anyway, stop focusing on that. Let's focus on this game as Chelsea go close. Header straight at Pavlenka. But can we start something here? Rolls it out. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Pavlenka, you see it in 3D now. He's just rolled it out to Sistana. And he's just been pounced on by Lautaro Martinez. He's gone to pass it across his goal and passed it straight to Martinez, who's finished it into an open net. And that is not what we like to see. But we're actually approaching the half-time mark here, and well, it's been a pretty dull game so far. 1 goal apiece. We've had more opportunities, but Chelsea have had, by the looks of things, more control of the game. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased with what I just saw from the team. I think Chelsea finished down as low as possibly 10th, so we should be really looking to beat them. But it is what it is. Currently sat at 1-1, approaching the hour mark. And I think I probably will make a change or two. Let's get Mikic out on this right-hand side. And then I'll get Irabarren in the middle instead of McCalmont, who is not having the best game of his career. Tell him to get creative, as there's only 20 minutes left. And this has flown by. It's been pretty dull, really. I said I wasn't going to commentate over the entire match, but, I've not really needed to focus on commentating because the game's just flying by in the background. Demand more for this injury time. Go on. And we go into extra time. You hate to see it, considering we're playing another final in about 5 days' time. And Alphonso Davies is looking shattered down this left-hand side. Let's actually get him off. And we'll bring on Hickey and move him to left-back. And I'm also going to make one final change because I do get a fourth sub that has gone into extra time. Maria on the left-hand side, as we've got a throw-in. 10 minutes into injury time, just 5 minutes until half-time in extra time. Sorry, not injury time. Emerson coming down the right-hand side, plays Bogus on the edge of the box, and what a hit. Matty Bogus curls it beautifully in past that near post. The keeper was probably expecting him to go, was probably expecting him to go to the far post and just left that near post a little bit open. You see here, great first-time effort from Bogus, curled beautifully into the near corner. And there we go, 2-1 lead with, just the second half in extra time left to play. I'm not going to change from my style, as I never do. As well, there's just 5 minutes left. And are we on our way to back-to-back FA Cup wins? It's safe to say it's been deserved. We've been by far the better team. And there you go, I forgot to switch to 3D again, so we won't see us lifting the trophy. That is annoying. And yeah, good win, back-to-back FA Cup winners. You truly, truly do love to see it. And it feels a little bit anticlimactic, but I think that's just because I'm not as bothered about the FA Cup because I've already won it in this save. And I'd be a lot more bothered if we didn't have the Europa League final coming up next. But yeah, I'm just going to say that was really special, lads. No one gave us a chance, but you played magnificently. Congratulations. And there we go, FA Cup winners. Hopefully the first of 2 trophies in this episode. There you see Leeds United win FA Cup again. 2021 Leeds United, 2022 Leeds United. 3.74 million. I don't care about the press conference. You go away. Medals for the FA Cup. Who gets? Oh, Peter Mahoney-Wilkes. He gets himself an FA Cup medal. My hero, my mate. But yeah, that is that. I'm going to rest up the boys, and well, I guess I'll just see you for the Europa League final. And just like that, we are back and we are here for the Europa League final against Arsenal. Arsenal are the slight favourites, but there's very, very little in it. It's being played at the Ernst-Appel Stadion in Vienna, which Austria, I believe. Vienna in Austria. But before we get into the final, once again, let's just have a little look at the route it took us to get here. And to be fair, it's not quite been as challenging as I thought it was. So you can see our group was Astana, Slavia Prague and CSKA Moscow. And to be honest, it was comfortable. We won our first 5 games relatively easily. Our closest game was a 2-0 win at home to CSKA Moscow. You could even say maybe our 3-1 win away from home was our closest game in the first 5 games anyway. And then for the Slavia Prague game, I think I played a fully rotated side and we did end up losing, but we'd already won the group by that point, so I really was not bothered. Then after that, we came up against Milan, which, to be fair, turned out probably to be our toughest game of the knockout stages. Milan, obviously, I don't know if they still are. Yeah, they're managed by Marcelo Bielsa, the current Leeds United manager in real life, obviously, just taking us to the Premier League. What a guy. Absolutely love him. Obviously, he was the guy that I replaced at Leeds United when I started this save. And he's been Milan manager since 2020, but we managed to knock him out in the second knockout round. Obviously, I think the Europa League, the first knockout round, you skip out and it's the teams that finish second against the teams that finish third in the group stages in the Champions League. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that's how it was. Then after that, we had Lyon beat them 2-0 in the home leg and then went away, drew 0-0, which got us through And then in the semi-final, we dismantled Monaco at home 4-0. That was let's just have a little look at this again. Look at them stats. It was so easy. I don't know. I didn't expect it to be so easy, and it was. And then we went away and we won 1-0, and that leads us on to Arsenal in the final. I already mentioned it this episode, but Arsenal obviously finished 5th in the Premier League, 2 points behind us in 3rd. So hopefully we should be able to beat Arsenal, but it's going to be by no means an easy game. And interestingly, Saka can play this game against his own club. But the question is, do I want to risk starting him? And I think, to be honest, I probably will. And I've just realised we get an absolute shed load of subs, so let's get them all on the bench. Go on, boys. Who else can go on? Tamura, you can go on. Kenny, you can go on. Is that how I want my bench to look? Yeah, I think I'm fairly happy with that. So the only change to the starting lineup is going to be Ampadu in for Noah and Kenny, because obviously Ampadu can play here. So it's Pavlenka in goal with Ampadu as the starter in front. Phillips just in front of them. Davies left wing back. Emerson right wing back. McCalmont and Bogus in the middle. Saka on the left. Galeno on the right. And Montagnu once again leading the line, looking to add to his 35 goals for the season. What a player he has been. But anyway, let's just get straight into this game. Can we make it 2 final wins in a row? We're going to be playing in 3D for a full match for, I think, the first time in this series. Quick disclaimer, quick apology in advance if you can hear my laptop fan behind me over my commentary. I'm sorry. The fan does go a little bit mental. I do my best to reduce all background noise from the fan, but I don't know. I guess I'll just have to see how it works out. Or maybe this is something we can do a little bit more of in the future. But if it is a little bit annoying when I listen back to it in the edit, I won't do it again, as the teams are coming out. And here we are in Austria, in Vienna, for our first ever European final. Come on, boys. Phillips takes the corner. Montagnu's there. Montagnu heads it over the bar. We are going to slow it down just a little bit, because for whatever reason, when it's in 3D, it looks way too fast. But I think the speed that I normally play on is perfect for 2D. And early on, we're struggling, to be honest. It's a very cagey affair so far. Just the one shot, that header that we saw from Montagnu. But Arsenal are dominating the possession. But Phillips, free kick comes in, and Galeno at the far post scores his 21st goal of the season. What a season he's having from the right wing. I mean, 21 goals for a winger is absolutely phenomenal. He's not even an inside forward, he's just a winger, and so many of them have come with his head. And another perfect header right into that top corner. And we lead just half an hour into the match. And we keep a clean sheet here. We go home as European champions. If we just get to half-time without conceding, I'll be very, very happy. And there we are. The half-time whistle has blown. I'm just going to say I'm very happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. Keep on doing what you are doing. As Phillips is going to take a corner here. He whips it in. Montagnu is there. Pretty much unchallenged. And he heads home for his 36th goal of the season. Phillips is just walking away. He's like, you know what, that was an absolutely class ball from me. I want all the plaudits. But look at this, Montagnu rises above, I'm not sure who it was, Xhaka on the edge of the 6-yard box and heads home to give us a 2-0 lead just after the half-time break. And despite not having much of the ball, well, we're doing what matters, and that is putting the ball in the back of the net halfway through this second half. And we're going to make a couple of changes. Let's see, I'm going to take Bogus off. He's on a booking, don't want to risk him. And we're not going to let Saka play out the rest of his game against his home tub against his own club. Obviously, don't want him to sabotage us. As a free kick comes in from Pizzi to Orsic at the far post, and Ampadu clears it, and now Montagnu picks up the ball. Can he run at the Arsenal defence? Can he get past Willock? He cannot. That is a fantastic tackle. And it is gone. It goes out for a throw-in, but there is just 10 minutes left in this game. Make that 5 minutes. The game is absolutely flying by. I don't know what to do. Let's bring on Iribarren for these last 5 minutes. Surely we can't mess it up from here. Famous last words, and I know I'm going to come back to regret that. As Phillips picks up the ball, finds Soderberg with a fantastic ball. He's got room to drive forwards. Can he find Montagnu in front of him? He can. Montagnu one-on-one. The keeper makes the save, but Montagnu was offside anyway. the assistant referee, raised his flag at the last minute as time is ticking away. And there we go, the trophy lift. You truly, truly love to see it. The confetti comes down. And there we are, celebrating on the podium in the middle of the pitch. A 2-0 win against Arsenal. You can see me there carrying the trophy around. Oh, look at that. Are we carrying it in front of the Arsenal supporters? I think we may be, based off the colour of them shirts. Oh, look at that. Look at all these Arsenal fans celebrating. Disappointed at the result, and we're taking the piss here, just walking right in front of them, lifting the trophy above my head. Look at that. They are not happy. Look at them all just stood still. Oh dear, oh dear. I love this. I'm sure whenever you win a trophy on this year's game, you end up walking around carrying it in front of the opposition fans, and oh, look at that. Poor Arsenal. But there we go. Let's go to the team talk. Passionately say, I'm proud of your performance out there. Nobody gave us a chance today. Well done. And there we are. We've done the double. We are European champions. We win the FA Cup and the Europa League. Leeds United lift Europa League. Leeds United celebrate a double. Love to see it. Send my assistant to the press conference. I don't care. And look at that. All these medals are going out to all these players. All contributed to our journey. Montagnu, by the way, 12 goals in 11 games. What a player. What a player he is. Alphonso Davies, by the way, 7 assists in 10 appearances. That is not bad from left wing back. And there we have it. Leeds United board happy with Europa League win. Look at that. UEFA Europa League holders, Leeds United. Hopefully we won't be touching this tournament next year. Well, Montagnu got golden boot as well. Golden glove for Pavlenka. 9 clean sheets. That is absolutely phenomenal. Wow, wow, wow. Most assists for Alphonso Davies. We've been dominant in this tournament. Oh, look at that. 7.32 million for winning in the Europa League final. 8.35 million for Europa League television revenue. Oh, and then 135k child's play for poor money for the Europa League. Oh, what a day. What an episode this has turned out to be. But this episode is not quite finished yet. I'll look over the end of season awards when they all come through, and I'll just have a little talk about the team and my plans for next season and going into the transfer window, stuff like that. Okay, so I only advanced a day, and all of the end of season stuff is already here. So, who's been inducted into the overall best 11? Galeno has gone straight into the starting 11 out on that right wing. 69 appearances for us and 28 goals, an average rating of 7.06. Pretty mental considering 21 of those goals have come this season. Sistana and Pavlenka are also in there, but I'm assuming that they're currently just sat on the bench. We just have a little look at the overall best 11. Where are they? Yes, Sistana and Pavlenka currently on the bench. I don't think it'll be long before both of them find their way into the best 11. 58 games played for Pavlenka this season. That is crazy. It's ridiculous how many games we've had, and that's not even every single game. He missed one Premier League game. I think that's the only game that he's missed all season. He might have missed an FA Cup match as well, but I don't think he has. So we've played 59 games this season. It's been long. Calvin Phillips, the leading appearance maker for me so far in this save, with 135 matches played, 7.31 average rating. That's phenomenal, really, isn't it? And shout out to Montagnu, 88 games and 52 goals. But end of season awards, let's see. Player of the season, Calvin Phillips with 51%. He's had a 7.41 average rating, 7.37 in the league. It's absolutely criminal that he's only had one England cap. He's now valued at £60 million. Oh my God. That is unbelievable stuff. What a hero. Hopefully he will never leave this team. I'm sure eventually I'll get someone that's better than him, and it'll be hard to say goodbye. It'll be hard to replace him in this team, because he's been so good for me since this series started. I mean, his worst overall rating was 7.22 in the league last season, and that's still a phenomenal overall rating. Goal of the season, Matty Bogus. Let's just have a little look at this. It was against Watford, so I think this must have been in the replay of the FA Cup. let's have a little look. What was your goal like, Bogus? You pick it up on, well, like the edge of the centre circle, drive forward, and I mean, it's a good goal. I'm sure we've scored better this season. It's a very, very good goal. Don't knock it, but we've definitely scored better than that this season. Sistana's signing of the season for 7.97 million. He's been a bargain, an absolute bargain. 7.24 average rating. He's played 49 times for me. He's been a mainstay. He's a player, I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to sign him. Purely because whilst he's got very good defensive attributes, his passing and technique were a little lower than I would have liked. And obviously playing with ball-playing centre-backs, I thought that might prove to be a potential problem. And, well, at the end of the day, it's not been a problem at all. He's been phenomenal after getting relegated last season with Brescia. I think he had a relegation fee release clause, 8 million. I matched it, and he's now valued at 28.5 million. Fantastic stuff. And Louis Montagnou, young player of the season, unsurprisingly. Wonder kid, valued at 44 million. Who wants him? Everton, Norwich and Watford want him. No chance. Like, the thing is, he still doesn't look like that good. I mean, obviously he is very good, but it's still like, I kind of look at it now. I look at him and I'm like, I could definitely do better, but I just feel like I have such an affiliation towards him now because he's been so good for me. 72 league appearances, 36 goals, 34 and 3 off the bench and 22 goals this season. He's been outstanding. He was good last season, but this season he's just stepped it up a level. Like, how many goals? He only scored 16 in all competitions last season. Obviously, we only had the league and the cup. We didn't have any European competitions, but to then go and play 54 games this season and score 36 goals, I mean, it's just fantastic. A 7.37 average rating. And yeah, let's just have a little general look at the squad. Let's see who else deserves a shout out. Peter Mahoney Wilkes, a 7.63 average rating in his 2 starts and 3 appearances off the bench. But we've already talked about Felix Montagnou and Sistana. Iribarren, the young central midfielder, he's been very, very good. He still just keeps getting better and better. I'm still convinced this guy could be one of the best midfielders in the world. Just turned 18, valued at 9 million. Signed him for 1.3 million in January last season. And yeah, he's going to be an absolute superstar. Galeno as well on that right wing. We mentioned it a couple of times already, but 21 goals in 42 games. It's fantastic. He's just, like, compared to last season, he's just stepped it up a level. Like, he was okay last season, but this season he's just been so good. To go from scoring 7 goals in all competitions to scoring 21 goals in all competitions. Obviously, he's played more matches, but you can see by his average rating, last season a 6.89 across the board, this season a 7.18. He's just stepped it up another level, and he's been so good. Soderberg, another young central midfielder, very, very good. 19 years old, valued at 12 million. Still got that 5-star potential. He's going to go on to be very, very good as well. Noah Kenny, obviously I signed him back from Watford after they stole him from me in the first season for 4.6 million. And he's just, I mean, again, he's going to be my starting centre-back for years to come, I would imagine. And yeah, who leads the assists? Alphonso Davies with 13, 11 for Phillips and Emerson, and then 10 assists for Mikic, interestingly enough. I mean, 17 crossing. With that pace and crossing, you'd expect him to pick up assists. And after signing him for just, I think, was it 5 million? Yeah, after signing him for just 5 million, I cannot complain at all. He is wanted now by Fulham, Celtic and Espanyol, and to be honest, if a big bid came in, I probably wouldn't say no, because I definitely could do better than him. Who else? Bogus with 8, Shackleton with 6, but Shackleton I think is probably going to be on his way out. And goals, again, just 2 players in double figures, and then we've got Bogus all the way down with just 7 goals. And then, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this team, but there's definitely some players that I need to get rid of. If we just have a look at some of the appearances, like Click hasn't played all season, he'll go. Dallas, he'll go. Kiko, he'll go. Cooper will probably go as well. Douglas is definitely going to go. If an offer comes in for Roberts, I might let him go. Alenya, possibly, although I do still really like him. I think he's a very good player. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of players that need to go, and a little bit of a clear out. I've got some youngsters coming in. Who've I got? Anyone coming in this summer? I've got Yang Kwang Hoon coming in on the 11th of June. A very exciting young South Korean centre-back. I'm going to have to send him out on loan because he will not be getting a work permit. So hopefully he'll go to my affiliate club. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see how things go next season, but there is going to be a lot of transfers needed. The next episodes, if I can, I'll get it out tomorrow, but I'm going to assume that this summer transfer window will take me longer than the time that I've got today and tomorrow to play and record, but we will see. If not, the next episode will be out on Saturday. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed, please do be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll catch you in the next episode.